What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, my name is AkeemHaynes. I'm a two-time Olympian, Olympic bronze medalist, author, motivational speaker, and sports commentator. On my channel, we talk boxing, MMA, track and field, and of course, motivation and encouraging content. If this is something that you enjoy, then I hope that you subscribe to the channel. Now, let's get into the video. Dmitry Bivol versus Gilberto Ramirez, aka Zerto. This is a big championship fight for both men. Let's start with the champion, Dmitry Bivol. He's coming into this one with a perfect record of 20 wins, no losses, 11 wins by way of knockout. Every fight that he's won by decision, it's been unanimously, right? His last stoppage came in 2018 against Sullivan Barrera. Now, I do think he can get more stoppages, but his style isn't going to produce a big amount of knockouts. Here's the thing, right? Bivol is a very, very good technical boxer. He's a guy that throws a lot of jabs. He throws punches in flurries. His footwork is good, and his IQ and control in the ring are at a very high level. He always comes in great shape, always comes in well conditioned, is ready to go 12 rounds if need be. But perhaps what makes him so special, right? And what makes him such a good fighter is his discipline. He fights his fight. He's not going to try and do something that he won't have success in. He's not going to throw wild shots. He's not going to take big risks if the outcome doesn't have a high probability of scoring for him. Going back to his fight against Canelo, right? There were a few times when he had Canelo on the ropes and he would let go combinations, right? 4 to 8 punch type combinations, and a bunch of those shots would land, and then he would back off, and Canelo would be taunting him, right? Saying, look, come here, come here, come here, right? And we've seen Canelo do that, taunt his opponents and baited them coming in, and then he countered them and he closed out the fight. But when Canelo was doing that, Bivol was just like, yeah, okay, like not today. I've seen these tricks before. I'm not about to fall for that. And he just stayed patient and just kind of waited. As I said, a lot of boxers would bait on that and they would find themselves in trouble. But Bivol is not going to fight the fight on anyone else's term. He's going to fight on his term, and he makes every single punch count. He's an accurate puncher that has pop in his shots. That man can fight, right? He has a plan, and he's going to stick to that plan at all times. The question is, can Zerto get him out of his comfort zone? Bivol dominated the fight against Canelo, but he was also the bigger man who has been in this division a lot longer. And Canelo was a smaller man coming up, but he fought like the bigger man. We can argue that even though they're in the same division, Zerto Ramirez is a little bit bigger than Dmitry Bivol. So for me, if Zerto can get Dmitry Bivol out of his comfort zone and make him react emotionally, well, that makes things a little bit interesting. Now let's talk about the challenger, Gilberto Ramirez, Zerto. 44 wins, 0 losses, 30 wins by way of knockout. He stopped his last 5 opponents, but he's not fighting a guy who is going to be easy to get stopped. And I think it's also important to add that Ramirez has a whole bunch of experience, well, a good amount of experience going into 10th, 11th, and 12th round, going into those championship rounds. And I think he is going to need all of that experience in this fight as well. You look at him and you say, man, this guy's an imposing figure, right? He's got the height advantage over Bivol. He's got the reach advantage over Bivol. And Zerto, with his reach, man, he finds openings and he uses reach to do just that. Whether it's a straight hand or an uppercut, he uses either hand, and either hand can do damage, right? He mixes up his attacks well, and he's a bit of a heavy-handed fighter, right? He's not the fastest with his feet, but he knows how to maneuver inside the ring. He's got that shuffle style of footwork. He knows where he is at all times. He knows where you are at all times. He's a guy that is patient enough to know that I'm going to break down my opponent each round. One round, I'm going to target the head. The next round, I may target the body. The next round, I may do both. And you may be putting up a fight, but in time, I'm going to break you down. And we saw that in his last fight against Dominic Bocel, man. I mean, he broke him down round to round. He was getting hit by shots he didn't even see coming. And Bocel, man, he had a good high guard, right? But Zerto would come around his high guard, through his high guard, under his high guard, whatever it is. He found a way to find that opening, and he made it look easy. And when he's in range, because of his reach and his accuracy and precision, he can stay at a good distance, that mid distance, and still hit you. right? Without him getting touched, right? So he's a very good, solid fighter. And I think he is due for this fight. He's been proving it in fights leading up to it. So it's good that we are seeing him get an opportunity to maybe dethrone the champion and possibly take his championship belt. This is going to be a very interesting and exciting fight. Very good matchup. To me, if Zerto can make him uncomfortable enough where he does something outside of himself, well, then you have an opportunity right there to say, you know what? I got him. If I just keep doing what I'm doing, eventually he's going to break. If I made him break once, then I can possibly make him break again. The other question is, can he apply that same pressure 12 rounds against someone who is going to make adjustments, against someone who has a very high IQ, against someone who moves around the ring very well and punches back? Maybe not the same power, but Bivol is not just going to let you get your shots off and he's not going to throw anything back. And then we also have to add as well, too, the other thing is Bivol has defended his title, 9 to 10 times. So the championship experience he has, and experience in championship fights matters a whole lot. And it's because of that that I'm taking Dmitry Bivol on points. Bivol is just so disciplined that I don't see Zerto being able to get to him or get him out of his groove. He is going to be patient. He is going to pick his spots, and he's not going to get outside of himself. Every fight, he's robotic, right? Robotic in a good way because he comes on the inside, lets his hands go, and he'll back out, and he will wait. He'll use his jab. He will make sure that when he's in range, it's go time. But when he's not, I'm not going to force a shot that's not here. He's just so calculated, and he's going to make his shots count. And I think Zerto will make more mistakes in this fight than Bivol will. So that's why I'm going with Dmitry Bivol to win this one on points. Also, I'm going to be going live on YouTube for this fight. So if you are already going to watch the fight, man, tune in with me. I'll make another video about going live. But if you're already going to watch the fight, man, you might as well tune in and let's watch it together. Let's discuss it together and we can debrief it together right there in live time. So I hope that you will join me there. Let's ask some questions and let's enjoy the moment and the time together. I'm looking forward to it. I will make another announcement as the date gets closer. If you would like to support the channel, there's a couple ways that you can do so. You can like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to support by way of donation, you can find options in the description below. Also, my Cash App handle will be on screen as well. Any amount goes towards the growth of this channel and will be greatly, greatly appreciated. If you'd like to follow me on social media, you can find my social media handle on screen as well. So with all that being said, if you've been watching the video this long, then do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, and we'll definitely see you next time.